Hi guys, how are you doing? Good?
Great.
Food coma, I can see that.
Nope, you're great.
Okay? Yeah, you okay? Alright, okay. Let us begin. I'm just seeing how excited are you guys here. Yeah, I can totally see that. So, alright, so guys, welcome to my talk. Stop guessing what your users want. Because success of your business is not measured by last year's revenue. It's measured by how many paying users you will get and you get to keep this year. Hi, my name is Vineet Talwar, and today I'll show you how a better UX can turn your casual visitors into loyal customers. And who keeps coming back? I'm based in Germany. Over the years, I've worked with industry brands. By the way, this is my LinkedIn in case anybody wants to check out about me. And I'm helping companies build website experiences that scale. I've built companies from the ground up, and along the way, I've learned countless ways a brand can success and fail. But that's enough about me. Let's get to know you guys. How many of you are developers here? Pretty good number. That's good. How many of you are designers here? Nice. And how many of you handle their servers by themselves? Server, like a DevOps stuff. Pretty good. Okay, that's good. That's good to know, so that now I can work accordingly. By the way, you should be able to download slides also later on from this QR code. I'll also put this in the end as well. Perfect. Let's begin. Picture this. It's 2025, right? It's almost winter's gonna come, right? And there's gonna be a Black Friday sale. Will be coming soon. You guys will be looking for good deals on internet and you're browsing the websites. And the moment you hit the website, you'll start seeing fancy things. Oh yeah, there's a cookie box popping up somewhere from there. And you figure out, you mess around, you close that. And then suddenly there's a chat support widget coming up from the door. Hey, do you need help? Can I help you out? Then you struggle with it and then you close it. The moment you scroll a little bit, there is some audio playing in the background. I was like, what the hell? What's going on? What am I seeing? You still figure out that. And in a few seconds, there's a newsletter widget popping up. Subscribe to my newsletter. Hey, I just landed on the website. And at the moment, you're like, why I'm even here? And that's my face. Right? Let's talk about buttons. Amazing creatures. There are three types of people. Those who press the button once and wait patiently. La, la, la. And those who don't press at all. Somebody might press it. And those are the people who press like hundreds and hundreds of times as if it's gonna increase, it's gonna open faster, you know, like this. Increase the frequency of pushing these buttons is directly proportional to users' level of frustration. And you should definitely not do this. Like Will Ferrell in the movie Elf. Because by doing so, you're making a lot of people angry. See, people don't have patience at all. Your goal is to have a better time to interactive than this. Interactivity basically impacts rage quits. See, you're not giving people websites, you're giving them experiences. They get to do stuff. They get to download stuff, browse stuff, you know, learn stuff from you, right? And your goal should not be to make your lighthouse happy. Perfect 100 or 100 is awesome. But are your users getting what they really need, what they came for? Person coming to buy stuff, can they buy smoothly? Or are you throwing a lot of hurdles so that they just lose, right? That is the thing we have to avoid. And that is the thing you're going to learn in this session. Like, what do you observe? What do you fix these things? And don't obsess about these lighthouse numbers. Focus on the user experiences. Because once you get good user experiences, performance will automatically enhance. Let's talk about game of You know, whenever a telemarketing guy calls me and like, hello sir, I'm going to give you this particular, I don't know, pair of shoes. The whole story continues. And I'm like, what are you talking? Wait, what? Do you mean this shoe? And then I basically make this guy so frustrated that he end up hanging up the phone. A telemarketing guy hanging up the phone. Guess what? This is what you're doing with your website, who are offering so much hurdles to your customers. And this is how you're going to lose customers, the speed, the downloads, the donations, everything is going to go away. So basically your conversion rate is going down. But imagine your visitors as a water filling a bucket. Each unclear menu label you have on your website, right, and each half second of load delay, that means your users are not going to come back. Remember that. Seal the deck, Captain. Okay, but so what is basically UX we need? Are they same or are they different? In the reality, basically they are same, but not really, they're not. Let me explain. I know you guys are confused. So to explain UI in a single slide, it is this. And in the language we speak, it's this. Take a second to process. Get it? UI, UX difference? Perfect. Now, a user interface is like a joke. If you must explain it, it's not good. Right? Right. But reality is most of the time your user experience this. Right? Your designer makes some design, but in the end your users are doing certain things. But let me correct it. It's not the design at its fault. It's the UI without research. UI without speaking to your real users. UI without considering all use cases. Is it fault? Did you even test it as a customer yourself? Maybe you will find the right path. UX and psychology are closely correlated. Think as a user. What would a real user would do on your website? Maybe talk to those real users. We call it customer discovery. Customer discovery is a very important phase while building a product. Right? Talk to those people and say, hey, I want to understand how would you do this thing. The customer will tell, yeah, this is my problem, blah, 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 and then build your product rather than assume something and build the stuff. And in the end, after the research, analyze the data and do a lot of testing, do a lot of iterations. There's stuff like Hotjar test and A/B testing are your best friends, basically, right? As I said, customer discovery is an important aspect. Do not skip it. Personas, those are your best friend, right? Find your ideal customer. Draw it out on a chalk board. Like, okay, I'm opening an online shoe store. Who's my ideal customer? Okay, a youngster who's buying this, blah, blah, blah. And think how that person would do. Maybe meet some of those youngsters and show your website and see how they react without telling them anything. You will get to see how their reaction is. And this is how it is. Developers think they are making a simple UI, but in reality, it's not. And UX design is a bridge between your users and your business. Design fundamentals you should follow on your website. UX is the key. A website, no matter how fast it is, it's worthless if it's not usable. Consider user expectations, as I said. How many users you're going to expect? What do you want people to do on your website? These are the questions you should ask yourself, right? Are you offering everything what they need? And again, testing, testing, and testing. This is a very good use case study example. I would highly recommend check it out. Growth Design, these guys are doing amazing work. And I think I spoke about a few stuff already. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's working or it's just caching. Don't blame caching every time. So somebody told me UX design is easy. All you need to do is make things obvious for everyday users. Well, guess what? These are your everyday users. Right? So, thing is, people make decisions emotionally and justify them logically. If they want to buy an iPhone, they'll be like, yeah, buy it. Okay, I'm going to get it. And then they justify, oh, I'm going to need it, blah, blah, blah. And that's how your design element should be. Have you seen Amazon is pushing stuff like, oh yeah, two items left. Or Temu is doing all the stuff. It's losing faster, These are called UX dark patterns. They're pushing users to do stuff. So that's why understanding your user's mind or psychology is very important to get these things out. People who hope to use your product probably have some expectations. They are looking for some info or get some advice to use your service. You need to map out that journey. And this journey is a 4-step process. As I said, a research, which means finding out your ideal customer, use case, journey map. Then brainstorming what the flow would look like. Then implementation starts as a phase 3. What we developers do is we directly start building stuff. And that's not good. So these are the pre-steps, never leave it out. And once your development is done, as I said, testing and reporting is going to help you out a lot. Everyone should be on the same page, but guess what? Most of your developers may want to build tech-friendly solutions, but guess what? You may not get the perfect results, right? Right? Okay, so this one is my favorite slide. For a parent, this is a great UX. Oh wow, we're showing amazing toys to kids, but guess what? This is your kids going to see. Right? The company should consider a permanent user experience designer and UX researcher role, and black box testing will going to help you out here. This picture presents a story of two users. For one person, UX is pretty good, and for one person, well, yeah, you get to see stuff as a child. If you ever thought, feel stupid, if you ever had a bad day, remember there was an Apple designer who built this. Moment of silence for this. Okay? Yeah, we learned a lot of stuff. Now time for some real stuff. So I'm going to present some case studies, some examples. I'm going to give you big disclaimers. The websites I've chosen are handpicked, nothing to roast them or something. It's just for educational purposes. So if there are some issues, these guys should pick it up. And I've only picked up the guys who have money to fix it. So not a small and medium developers, okay? So let's start by this place. Amazing place. You guys know the problem with the website of this place?
Yes, sir.
You noticed? What do you notice?
I just don't like that font. There is too many options. There is options to chat. I don't know.
What is the problem?
Okay, the biggest okay, what would you do on a hotel website? Booking a place, right? And that thing is not working.
Book online is not.
So the moment you click on book online, you will see this page where September is half broken. And you select a date, you select another date, and then you click on a reservation. And then you click on a reservation, a form pops up, which you try to fill it out. And the moment you click on reservations, basically the button doesn't make sense. Then you're redirected to homepage. No confirmation, no booking, no payment, nothing. It just sends a form inquiry.
So yeah, that could be a small business website actually because it doesn't have that function.
They have money.
It should have
Exactly.
for the booking.
Exactly. If they can't handle the booking, they can outsource it to stuff like booking.com. Maybe they can link book at booking.com.
Yes.
The form doesn't work, right? If anybody wants to pitch them, go ahead. Okay, Facebook. Now you guys are like, what the hell is wrong with Facebook? It's a $1 trillion company. I don't know. Don't quote me the number. I don't know the number. They're rich. Yeah, there's just one tiny UX you can improve. Can anybody guess? There's one tiny improvement. No? Okay, let me give you one more example. All three are similar. I'm going to come to the point. Now here, what can you improve? The hint form. No? Okay. Yeah? No. Okay, CAPTCHA is another story. Just the form.
Consider using the username.
It's double stuff. So, in Facebook, you type something, let's say, you don't know it's a username, it's a phone number, it's an email. You are halfway there and you forget. Then you have to come back. Wikipedia is doing double, username and a username. But you know who's doing best is this time? X. So you start putting something, I know it's not visible here, but you start putting something, label become a floating label. So you know, okay, it's a phone, email, username. That's a very tiny improvement that can help. Example of a good UX, Netflix autoplay. Amazing. It says, oh yeah, you're going to see the trailer the moment a movie finishes. Great example. Let's take a local Serbian example. Love this example. I discovered yesterday, thanks to someone from here. Can anybody guess the issues? I know you guys know the issues, but just one issue.
Change of language.
Change of language. Perfect. You got it right. It says coming soon. Why?
Because everything here is coming soon.
Exactly. That's a good answer.
Even the train, everything.
Actually, in the app, you cannot change the language. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's not.
So and then just people complicate stuff. It's so simple again. I mean, It's not working, nothing.
If they don't have in English, why bother putting this button?
Yes.
Like pizza.
Okay, but still the English, they can just get rid of it.
Soon, maybe.
Then there are two more issues in this page. There are 3 versions of website living in one. Okay, now I'm going to click on the, let's say, book a ticket. I'm going to get this website. When I click on timetable here, I get this website. So there are 3 versions of 3 different websites. Homepage, great, looks great, no complaints. Just tiny user, but there are 3 versions of the website. And on the mobile view, words are not readable, blue and black.
Great.
Yeah, and somebody told me that you can't really book a ticket here also. I think you were telling me yesterday, right?
You have to go to Prokop to buy some ticket. It's the name of the station where you have to buy tickets.
There you go.
Actually, there you cannot buy via card. Like you cannot do it. They didn't have papers.
See?
I think both, with the applicant, but not.
Not with
Right
the
now, there's
applicant,
option to
yeah.
buy online card.
Really?
Yeah, I'm 99% sure.
I've never tried it. I just heard the feedback. I'm just showing you what I saw.
When did you try that website?
Huh? Sorry?
When did you try that website?
Yesterday, last night. Oh, I actually put the screenshot this morning.
Okay.
So it's a new update, yeah.
I was there when you did it.
Yeah, he was sitting next to me. And this is the 3rd version of the website. And also, yeah, I see a lot of alignment issues. Maybe this could be a little bit better. You see the first top button is touching. And okay, next example. This is an old example. They have fixed most of the stuff. It's a university website. So I'm basically putting random examples from different countries. So University of Valencia, I picked it up randomly, and you can see there are 2 issues here. Can anybody guess?
Accept or configure cookies. They should not exist still. Everybody wants these cookies.
The
Just
chat
have the
box
option, chat box.
is coming on top.
On the top, yeah.
And I haven't even given the consent yet. Right? That's a GDPR issue. They may be taking data, I don't know. And this cookie box is too big. And another problem, I verified it this morning, they are not handling the WW version. Sorry, non-WW version. So if you type uv.es, https, uves, it says not found. But if you WWES, it's found. So that's one use case, and they're losing users. Right? Okay. Next example. It's a good UX example. Duolingo, they are doing great stuff, right? They are focusing on gamification. They are giving a lot of good examples. No complaints, great stuff, and their engagement rate is great. So I'm not doing bad examples, I'm doing good examples also. Yeah, University of Vienna. I mean, it's an old example. I haven't verified it in a while. You can see the screenshot is also old. Can somebody tell me what's wrong here?
Too many options, I would say.
Correct?
When you give user, the more options we have, it's harder to decide what we want to do, and then customer can just leave. That's it, literally.
They're also-
deciding anything.
They're also all equally weighted, and I seriously doubt the demand for all of those things is equally weighted.
There you go. And it's too light. It's not even readable. It's too much. It's too light. See the top navigation. It's also too light. Gray and white. Not really going well. They could have done better on this one. That's very good. Okay. Jira. What's good? What's bad?
There is a good.
Yeah, exactly. You got me.
Is there any good?
Feature is good, but the UI is clutter and unintuitive. I hate using it, but they are working, so it's okay. But yeah, they can do so much better. There's too many filters, like you see. Okay, next example, Workday. Hate the system. I hate the system, but tell me guys, what do you think wrong about this one?
That's pop-up is covering the content that might attract potential user.
And guess what? There are 2 pop-ups here. There's a base website, then there's a top pop-up, and then there's a pop-up on
So
top.
it's also pop-up.
Pop-up and pop-up. And the worst part about Workday is when let's say you're applying for a job through Workday, you have to fill out every single thing again. Like university, this, job, every single role. Why can't you take just the CV, right? And every single time.
Also, you've shown multiple cookie pop-ups. Where's the language choice?
Yeah, there is no.
How do I know what I'm accepting? It's not legal if I can't understand it.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, yeah.
That's the thing.
It's not legal.
Okay, let's take another good UX example. Tunnel Bear. Amazing UX. Can anybody guess the best part here?
The bear.
Bear. And the moment you start entering the password, Bear closes his eyes.
Ah, it is so cute.
So cute, right? It's like, oh my god, that's simply genius.
Simplicity, yeah.
But there's one bad part about this one also. Any guesses?
What's the meaning of the blue line where it lets you
No,
think
the,
that there is something outside of the window that you don't know something?
sorry, I didn't give you the context here. So what happens is, let's say when you connect Canada, Bear goes out from the tunnel and literally opens it and come it up. So the screenshot. There's one thing I would change here is probably this update notice and this quota. Maybe I put quota here and either update notice somewhere here or on top because it's hiding the bear. So just tiny change I would do here. But yeah, they can use the space very well. Another great example, Asana. Gamification. The moment you close a task, a unicorn flies. Right? Simply good. Okay.
Pegasus flies, unicorns don't fly.
Yeah. Okay. Another good example. Anybody want to guess?
You said good example.
No, sorry. Another sarcastically good. It's not really good example, by the way.
Layers.
Layers. Okay.
Layers, yeah.
I haven't even accepted a cookie, and 65 cookies are loaded.
Lots of stuff when you open up. There are lots of stuff you see.
Exactly. Then there's a notification icon, and then there's a cookie box, but there's no option to change it.
Actually, they're always distracting you. You just want to do one thing and then another thing comes out. So.
Exactly. And this is why you're losing users. These are the mistakes, the UX mistakes people do. Oh wow, this is my favorite example. It's a company from India called Ghana. I heard they are getting sold, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Okay, so other day I was missing my home country music. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna listen to music from Europe. I went on their website, and looks like they're selling here because I saw the subscriptions plan for Europe. Okay, so my user journey was, I opened the website, there was this pop-up. I said, nah, I don't want to consent. No, first, I thought, you know what, let me see what they are even tracking. I said, manage options. I saw such long list of options. I'm like, okay, legitimate interest, what does that mean? I don't know, I want to know. I clicked on question mark. It says some vendors are not asking for your consent, but using your personal data, blah, blah, blah. Basically, a way of saying, give me your data. Right? Right? Okay. So then I was still curious, like, what's happening actually? So I basically scrolled all the way down, saying, no, I'm not giving my legitimate interest. Then I saw vendor preference. I'm like, what is vendor preference? I want to listen to music. Give me that music, right? I don't want to deal with all this. But still curious, I went again. I clicked on vendor preferences. Then I saw another box. I'm like, okay, more tracking. I don't want to play this game. I don't want to listen to this music at this point, right? Then I still again fidgeted around, played around, and I somehow bypassed that box and I say, okay, yeah, you know what, take a consent. Another pop-up came. Terms and condition, privacy policy. Am I in some sort of matrix?
Matrix, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably.
I did not consent, right? But guess what? I did not consent. I'm still seeing an ad. And it's an ad about a server space. So probably relevant. So they're still tracking me, right? Okay. Guess what? Something is wrong here. I said, no, I don't want to give you my terms and condition. I'm just here to use your platform. I said, don't agree. And he says, your data will be deleted. What data did I give them? I'm asking my question. Did I give them some data? I clicked on close. I said, nah, I want to come back. Then I'm back here. But I just came to their website, right? Now, when I said, okay, you know what? I want to see what data they want to delete. And then it says, enter your email ID. I just came here. When did I give them my email ID?
This is a hostage situation.
There you go. You got it.
Did you
At this point, would you trust this vendor?
Who is behind who doing this?
And it's a multi-million-dollar company. It's not, no, they're making shit ton of money. Now I don't know their status, but that's what I last heard. At this point, I won't remember it. This is the perfect example. Now I would just hit close and then still play around. And then guess what? It came again. And I thought, you know what? I'll just agree one and maybe try to use it. But it says, please accept all the terms and conditions and privacy policy to keep browsing. Basically, if you don't do that, you can't use our platform. Something like that, right? So we are back to Pavilion. Now it says I have to select all to make it work. I selected all and see number of cookies are being loaded. 252 trackers. 252. It's very small here. 252. Now I cleared all the cookies and I just wanted to see what kind of tracking. But you see, I didn't consent it earlier. I just accepted the terms and condition. And the first cookie box I did not accept it, but still cookies are being loaded. At this point, would you want to listen a song?
No.
No? See? Just for fun, I accepted everything and I just wanted to see, because it could be possible they're not a business here, but they have a plan here. They're asking people to pay in euro. So that means they want a customer here, they have to comply, right? Okay, so yeah, I guess that's all. Thank you for your attention. And yeah, you can download the slides here. I'm open for questions. I don't know how much time we spent. Okay, we have time. We have 10 minutes, so please, any questions? Please. I didn't expect to finish early. There were so many examples.
I'm curious about any cultural differences when it comes to the UX, because I think we cannot just make universal statements. So for example, if we take into account that there are cultures that are low context cultures versus high context cultures.
Can you please come ahead? Sorry,
Ah,
it's
sure,
very hard to
very
understand.
So I was asking if you can tell some cultural differences that might impact the UX.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are cultures that are high context cultures versus low context cultures, and that might influence, for example, how much information they would like to see upfront. Like, what other cultural impacts do you see to the UX and to the research that might be done, and just seeing things in context when we look at the website, instead of making our own judgment what is good and what is wrong, because it might differ from country to country.
Actually, that's a very good question. Culture actually really affects the web development part here. I saw you guys try once Japanese websites. I highly recommend to you. Once you saw these websites, you'll see that, oh yeah, you're in 1990s era or something. But that's how these websites are working there for some reason, right? So culture makes a lot of difference. Because, okay, I'm an Indian guy, I will think about, oh yeah, how Indians might react. But did I really talk to those guys? That's the thing. That is the message I want to convey here. We are building websites, that's good. But talk to your users first. That's very much important. Don't have assumptions. And as a culture, you're trying to impose your own thoughts, own belief, but you're assuming. And that's the message I want to give you. Stop guessing, stop assuming. Talk to people. Run some interviews. It's a very simple thing. Like talk to, let's say if you're starting an e-commerce store, right? And you know that your ideal customer is, let's say, a college-going youngster. Find someone from your family, find somewhere in your neighborhood and go on a call with them, and just show them your website, what you did. Or talk to them, ask them right questions. The important part of customer discovery is the speaking about right questions. How they would react. Because depending on your ideal customer profile, they are going to spend. Let's say if you're big companies like Louis Vuitton and all, but you're trying to advertise in the medium market, let's say Asia or Africa there, okay, yeah, you can get that money because it's a game of aspiration, but it's all about how you market stuff. Right? All these big companies, they focus on aspiration. Your messaging is your key. But talk to your customers. That would be my message. And not assume as per your culture or as per your thought process. I hope I answered your question.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm an outsider. I don't code. I don't build WordPress sites or any stuff. But in marketing, localization needs to be part of the initial. So when you're talking about use case, creating profiles.
Customer profiles, yeah.
Yeah. So when you're creating those, that needs to have geography and culture as part
Yeah.
of it. So the localization begins early.
Yes.
And don't use Google Translate without a local native speaker reviewing it, because it won't work. The other thing was, what's your experience with hiring? So when we brought UX engineers and UX people on, we looked for site managers with experience in doing survey experiments and working with actual people instead of engineers. Nothing against engineers, but my father's an engineer, and you get in your own box and you think what you've engineered is fantastic if you just explain it to somebody, right? But having somebody from completely outside, our site managers did a great job with looking at the UX from a perspective that was non-technical, and they were able to collect information. People get high down in the design process, and they get stuck in the business requirements that they wrote. So, sorry.
Yeah, so the thing is, people get married to the idea. They're like, oh yeah, I'm building this software. Oh, it's good. Yeah, I like it, because you're thinking as yourself. You perfectly got it right. You're not thinking as the localized person. Like, okay, you're building something for, let's say, Serbians, how Serbians would react to it. Maybe talk to one guy. See, not one, maybe do 5, 10, and just then make your assumption. And not just fully rely on that. After that, also run some tests like Hotjar. Hotjar is an amazing tool, by the way. And I don't know, how many of you used that before? Hotjar? Yeah. You see? Those who have not used, you can see literally the videos of how people are reacting. And sometimes it's a horror movie, I must say. You need to grab a popcorn to get some assumptions. Yes, please.
I'm just wondering, thank you for the talk, awesome, and thank you for the humor, interactivity. I love this during the talk, not after. I'm just wondering why these developers are not simplifying things. You just had a few clicks to do something. You just need 2 weeks if you work just on that to do it. And why is always something in waiting and do this and do that? Because it's that simple. It is. Why their mindset is not like why they thought they go with easiness. They just want to be complex things. And, why? You just wonder.
Why developers?
I mean, who's behind? He's showing forms, he's showing clicks and clicks and clicks, and you have booking, but the form is not working. Why is like that? I mean, can we wonder why are they doing that? Why we have to wait for something to be done when you cannot do that within 3 days and fix the problem? This is that, I guess, for the people who know what they do and how they do. Who explore the market, people mindset, clients, and so on. Just wondering.
There are few reasons actually I can think of over the top of my head. One thing is definitely the budget. Probably the client doesn't have so much budget that the developer doesn't bother. That's why I said these are the examples I've chosen, handpicked, and people who have money and they're still not doing it. So, and the second is a skill problem. Maybe the person doesn't have that skill or stuff like that. And the third reason I can think of is the developer mindset. So developers have this mindset that they want to get things done, they want to build stuff, they want to get this thing out without thinking who would use it. And that is a messaging, that is the thought process I'm trying to invoke, that before you build something, keep in mind that whoever XYZ will use it is able to use it.
Just one question.
Yeah.
What all of that has to do with developer? Isn't that about designer? Because designer literally creating the look of the website.
Exactly.
So what then has to do with developers? Or just
It depends on the team also. Sometimes teams doesn't have a designer. Sometimes there's one guy doing all the stuff. So again, nothing has to know, because I'm a developer myself. So I know that I've done these mistakes in past, and that's what I'm reflecting upon with you guys. So it's not about just designer. Even the designers have to speak with the real customers, like the research, the interviews. That's the early part should be in your process. The UX researchers should be part of your team, even if it's a separate person, or even your PM doing the stuff, or even your designer doing that.
And one designer can develop a website so they can make any issues
Yeah.
together.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yes, please, please.
What is the most important rule in the UX design? What would you highlight as most important?
Don't assume.
Don't assume.
Don't assume.
Assume.
Assume. Don't assume. Don't make assumption that this is how people would use. That would be my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your talk. I just want to add up on the topic with why this complicated UI happens in software developer. Usually we have a great design team which make good design, and we have a developer team to implement, but also there are, this is a very high-paced, evolving area, and there are new laws coming up, and so especially with the GDPR. Maybe it happened in a later point and they need to act, they need a solution, but they are already, they don't have maybe the budget for it, they just install a pop-up. Then after a few months they realize that this pop-up is not enough, they need another thing, and they just install a plugin or another thing, and it is like a technical debt. So this might also be a reason because
I agree.
yeah, it's very fast environment, fast changing, and many reasons. Yeah, just
I totally agree.
I don't have.
There's one more question from, he wants to ask a question.
It's not a question more. There's a good book regarding programmers and designers and how teams function. It's called Inmates Are Running the Asylum. To recommend, it's written by a ex-programmer. Then he started his company working on developing, helping businesses more. And he also worked on Ruby, actually, in the late in the 80s. So he's a very good programmer, but it's more about the mindset.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing.
And thank you for your talk.
Thank you. Any other question? No? That's all? Then you guys can download the slides here, and yeah, I can also review your website afterwards if you guys want. So yeah, thank you so much.